Hello YouTube, this is Asatsu5. I got a question about my YouTube name, my YouTube handle, how it came to be, and the story, I guess, of my YouTube channel. And basically what it boils down to, when I was in junior high, I was what you would call a weeaboo or weeb. I was obsessed with Japan. I loved anime. I loved Japanese swords and knives. And around the time that I was in high school, I can't remember what year it was, I saw that Colombian River Knife and Tool came out with the Asatsu fixed blade. And this was very interesting to me because it seemed to be a more reachable goal of getting a Japanese tanto, a traditional Japanese tanto, without having to buy a forged or custom one. And up until this point, I read almost every book I could find on ninjutsu and bushido and samurai. I had several DVDs on how to fight with a tanto, and I was very obsessed with it. And for those of you who don't know, the word Hisatsu is supposed to translate out to killing blow, final blow, death blow, kind of like coup de grace, coup de grace in French. It was the finishing move. So I thought that was cool as well. So anyways, I was on YouTube. This was pretty early in YouTube's history, and I was looking for knife reviews and bottle cut tests, but it was so frustrating that the most common knife video on YouTube at this point was show-off videos. I don't know what to call them, but I'm calling them show-off videos, where they'll get the knife in front of the camera and they'll just not talk, not cut anything. They'll just show it in their hand, waving it around, showing the proportions. And they would never actually talk about if it was a sharp out of the box, or if it was comfortable, or if it had hot spots, or if it was expensive for what it was. They would never talk. They would just, wave it around. And this irritated me so much, because it's like, this is the most useless video ever. And so I wanted to leave a comment and say, hey, is this a good knife? And so I had to make an account. And so, because I was looking for a review on the Hisatsu, and I was looking to inquire about it, I chose the name Hisatsu. And then something happened. That name was already taken. Instead of being very imaginative and coming up with a super cool name that was original, I came up with Hisatsu 5. And yes, there's a Hisatsu 1, which is people confused us for a short amount of time. But anyways, the reason why I chose the 5 is because it's kind of my lucky number. When I change the volume on my TV, a lot of times it's in the increments of 5 or equal numbers. We all familiar with that. But also, when settling disputes between me and my siblings, my parents would say pick a number between 1 and 10, and I'd always try to pick 5 because it's directly in the middle of 1 and 10. So it increased my chances to me to get closer to the number that my parents picked. So that was why I chose 5. And just to give you kind of a little history, I never intended to be a knife reviewer. That was farthest thing from my mind. I didn't think that it was worthwhile, and but I thought I'd screw around on YouTube and do some bottle cut test. And I thought about like just doing bottle cut test of knives that other people reviewed, because cutting is fun. And so I was just going to do water bottle cut test, and maybe some chopping videos and stuff. And people started asking, hey, can you review this knife? Can you review this knife? And I think the first knife review on my channel is of the K-Bar, because we did the 13 bottle cut test and 2 little bottle cut test and stuff. And it's interesting, the first review on my channel was done by my brother because I was very self-conscious about my speech impediment. And that was the plan. If someone wanted a review of a knife, to get my brother to do all the talking and I'll film it. And it got where my brother wasn't always available to film the reviews, so I started having to film the reviews. And then I became a knife reviewer, a gear reviewer, and so that's how that started. And the rest, as they say, is history. But just a little secret between you and me, I kind of regret the name Hisatsu 5, but I don't really plan on rebranding anytime soon. But to me, the Hisatsu 5 or the Hisatsu designation, is a relic of my past. I'm not really super hardcore into Japanese culture and, katanas, wakizashis, tantos, tachis, shurikens. I'm not really obsessed with that anymore. And I guess it would be fair to say that, as in my past, I was obsessed with Japanese culture or Japanese blades. Now I appreciate historically and culturally significant blades like navajas, bowie knives, poniards, punyas, I said navajas, but ballad songs, karambits. I like culturally and historically significant blades of almost any culture. And so I tend to gravitate towards Spanish knives and Spanish blades. I like the Crovo, Falcon, and the Sacatripas. It's just far as things. I just like culturally and historically significant blades, and that's kind of my genre. That's what I kind of love. And I try to review modern-made knives, but I try to get something that has a little hint of the past in it. So that's it. That's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that this answered your question and maybe then some. And thanks for watching.